Hi there, it's Chris again from Podlings. I hope you're all well. Now, this time I've got a quick question for you. Well, maybe two actually. But anyway, how many school newsletters end up in the recycling bin or get deleted unopened? Who knows, but quite a few of them, right? And teachers, how many hours have you poured into crafting these newsletters, only to hear parents at the gate saying things like, "We didn't know about this," and not because they don't care, but because the update was buried in a long email or a clunky PDF that never quite fits into real life? Let's be honest, the school newsletter is struggling. It creates more work for staff and doesn't always connect with the busy families. The future of school communication isn't another template. I think it's something simpler, more human, and way more engaging. Now, over the years, the problem's been that the newsletter was the bridge between classroom and living room. But the way we live has changed in the 21st century. As parents, we're all overloaded. Our phones are buzzing with work updates, WhatsApps, social posts, school apps. A text-heavy PDF titled Weekly Update just gets lost. And when do parents have the time to even sit and read it? What, in the car park waiting for pickup? On the commute or while cooking dinner? Those are listening and watching moments, not reading moments. And that is how we end up with, "We didn't know about this." Teachers, you guys feel the strain as well. You spend hours collecting photos, writing copy, formatting layouts, and sometimes you sacrifice your weekends to make it look professional, only to see low open rates and repeated questions that were technically in the newsletter. And pupils, the newsletter's about them, but rarely by them. Their voices, faces and excitement get flattened into paragraphs that never capture the buzz of real school life. So the hidden cost of all this isn't just poor communication. It isn't just about missed dates. It chips away at connection. Parents want to be involved in their kids' school lives, right? But if the update isn't accessible, they can't reinforce their learning at home. So they're sitting around, and instead of "How was school?" "Fine," which is the normal sort of conversation that a lot of people have, we could have something like, "I saw the rainforest project you did. Which animal did you pick?" That single specific question builds real conversation in family. PDFs also create barriers. Static PDFs are hard to translate. Captions, transcripts, and subtitled clips are far more inclusive. Without that, some families could get left behind. And pupils, they miss out on having their achievements shared in the way that truly means something to them and their families. So, from newsletters to podcasts, what's the alternative? Well, as we know, it's probably not a prettier PDF, but this whole new approach, podcasting, both in audio and video form. It's designed for how families actually live nowadays. Audio podcasts let parents listen anywhere, in the car, on a walk, or over dinner. Video podcasts add faces, demonstrations, classroom highlights, and short interviews that pupils love to lead. At Podlings, we make this safe and simple for you. Our producers are DBS checked. We handle the tech, editing and publishing, and staff don't need to learn software or squeeze yet another task into an already full week. Now, this is why it works. It fits into real life. Parents can listen or watch the podcasts on the go. There's a human connection. Hearing the head's voice or seeing pupils present beats a block of text every time. Student voice. Children become reporters and presenters. It's their story told by them. There's better access. You've got captions, transcripts and translation tools that make updates inclusive for all. And it's real learning. For teachers, it's not admin as well, and it's a project that builds writing, speaking and digital literacy. And yes, we still use email and texts for essential notices, but the rich, ongoing story of your school, the bit that stops "We didn't know about this," that's where audio and video shine. So how could this look for your school? Well, let's picture a weekly 8 to 10 minute episode. We'd have a quick intro from the teacher or head and 2 short pupil segments, a mini interview and a project spotlight. Then we could have a fast roundup of dates, trips and reminders, and an optional video clip of classroom moments maybe, or assemblies or sports highlights. If we added captions and a transcript auto-generated and checked it for clarity, it could go onto Spotify and Apple for audio, or YouTube for video, plus your website and whatever school app that you guys use. Parents get their updates where they already are. So in other words, if they're using their phone on YouTube, they'd get their updates on there. So they'd be familiar with how to access them. Grandparents can watch it from anywhere as well. And we know that a lot of grandparents use YouTube. Governors, well, they can hear authentic pupil voices ahead of inspections. And suddenly, that newsletter you hoped parents would read becomes a podcast families want to hear and watch. And the line, "we didn't know about this," should start to fade away. So, if you're a head teacher, governor, or teacher who's tired of pouring energy into communications that just don't make it with families, and you want to reduce workload while building stronger bonds with families, let's talk. Visit www.podlings.co.uk to see how your school can launch an audio or video podcast with our full support. Or you can always DIY it yourself with the tips that we give you. We'll keep it safe, simple and Ofsted friendly, while pupils lead with confidence and parents finally feel in the loop. Share this video with your SLT and PTA and let's start a new conversation about school communication. So, the folded newsletter, I think, has had its time. Today, it's often clutter for parents, stress for teachers, and a missed opportunity for pupils. The future can be accessible, inclusive, and above all human. Through the power of audio and video, we can celebrate student stories, lighten workload, and end that familiar refrain, "we didn't know about this." It's time to forget the newsletter and start listening and watching the future. So thanks very much for watching. As I say, I'm Chris from Podlings, and I can't wait to speak to you in the next video, or of course on the phone. Take it easy. Bye.